But speaking of crypto and NFTs, do you want to have a doctor in the metaverse? Because I don't. But go read this report about the virtual doctors at an NFT clinic who can't legally give medical advice. I definitely want a doctor who's not legally allowed to give me medical advice. That's definitely a doctor that I want. So, if combining NFTs with the medical industry doesn't sound the most logical, this report from BuzzFeed News will likely confirm your skepticism. I don't like BuzzFeed, being the source of information, but we'll take it as it is. An NFT project called Metadocs assigns doctors/influencers like Dr. Pimple Popper to somewhat unsightly cartoon personifications of themselves, which users can then purchase to gain access to one-on-one conversations, question answer sessions, or DMs. Why do you need an NFT for that? What part of this exchange requires a blockchain? But despite Metadoc's goal of cutting red tape that comes with gaining access to doctors, the Metadocs themselves aren't legally able to give medical advice to NFT holders. Metadocs doesn't have a license to practice telemedicine, barring its doctors from giving medical advice, writing prescriptions, or virtually diagnosing patients. Which means you may be a doctor, but you can't do your fucking job. Like, imagine going to a doctor and that doctor says, I am not legally allowed to give you medical advice. That's not a doctor that I want to be going to. So at this point, we're hesitant to refer to anybody as a patient, probably because you'll get sued. Dr. Dustin Portella, a Metadocs physician and dermatologist. Now, are you a Metadocs physician and dermatologist, or are you an actual physician and dermatologist? That is the real question. You may just be an influencer that happens to know about those things. Dr. Dustin Portella. You're a certified dermatologist in Boise, Idaho. Okay. You know what? I'll take back what I said. You're also an influencer, but you are a certified doctor, at least according to your website. You may not actually be one. You have a LinkedIn, according to your LinkedIn as well. Okay, sure. We'll just take it as it is what it is. The disconnect is made even more obvious with the price tag of these NFTs. According to BuzzFeed, Metadocs hasn't determined a final price, but kicked around a cost of 0.2 ETH or $570. A potentially higher amount than you'd pay seeing a real general physician without insurance. So, the US is weird. $570 to go and see a doctor is fucking insane. But the US is very strange. So, crypto is very strange, but that's where I was going with this. $570 to speak to a doctor who can't give you medical advice, who cannot write prescriptions, and who cannot diagnose a patient. Or you can go to a actual doctor who can do all of those things and pay less. What are you selling? Like, what are you actually selling here? Also, there's the problem where if this did become popular, it'll have the same NFT effect where you might pay $10,000 to go see a doctor. However, Metadocs founder Dr. Sina Jurabachi, I probably butchered your name really badly, I apologize, told BuzzFeed the value of Metadocs isn't linked to medical care. The value of your doctor isn't linked to medical care. Okay. Our deliverable is connecting people with these doctors for a value of whatever they want to talk about or connect with. The blurred lines between conversation about medicine and medical advice may have caused some doctors to jump ship. I'm no doctor, right? But this seems like a pretty easy way to lose your medical license. Giving giving medical advice in a situation where you're at a practice that is not legally allowed to do so seems like a bad idea to me. Maybe you disagree, but to me at least, that seems like you're very much on a tightrope, and you don't want to fall on either side. So, BuzzFeed reports that 9 doctors, including 2 that say they never consented to having their names included in the project, have since been removed from Metadoc's documentation. It sounds like they're a scam. I'm not going to say they're a scam, but it certainly sounds like it. More crypt grifto. Come on, you can surely come up with a better, like grifto. Grifto is a better one than crypto grifto. Our deliverable is connecting people with these doctors for a value of whatever they want to talk about or connect with. What value is there in talking to a doctor who can't give medical advice? If you just want a general conversation, you can do that anywhere without forking over a pile of money. Prefacing that with corporate buzzwords, our deliverable just makes this worse. It kind of does. I guess, hey look, Metadoc could pivot. So you're paying to talk to someone. They could just expand that into adult services, and hey look, you've now got... Is there a crypto-based prostitute service? I'm gonna find out. Crypto prostitution. NFT prostitution. Okay, now we know there are porn creators doing it, and OnlyFans wants to get into the NFT game. Sure, makes sense. I'm surprised that we haven't seen, like, people have talked about. This is an idea. People have talked about selling like tickets to an event and having that be through NFTs. Just imagine sex work like this. You could buy an NFT to have sex with someone. It doesn't mean you get to have sex with them. It just means you have an NFT that says you can have sex with them. This is such a brilliant idea. Man, I should start this. Before anyone hears this, I'm going to start up my own crypto grift, and this is what my service is going to be. No one steal my idea. I want to be on the ground floor of this. It'll be a billion-dollar idea. This will be bigger than Bitcoin. I guarantee it. But the funny thing about it is because it would be on your publicly accessible Ethereum wallet, literally everybody could see when and who you are fucking. What an idea. I genuinely love I love this idea. Don't steal my idea. It's too perfect.